Okay, welcome to the actual part 1 of Rocket Mod stuff. We're gonna be making a command that actually does something. Okay, so let's make our first command. You might want to make a folder called commands, modules, something like that. And then in the folder you can add a class called, depends on whatever you want to do. Let's just call test command.cs. And add it. We need to make it derive from iRocket command. If you just hit tab, it'll auto import the API. And it's going to still have red, so if you hover over it, implement interface, it'll add all these new lines. So this is, they kind of explain themselves. So allowed caller, it's who's able to call the command. So if you type allowed caller dot, you can either do console, player, or both. We're going to do both for now. Actually, no, let's just do player, just to show that it works. Name, I'm fairly certain this is like the command. Like let's just call it test. Help. Help is what happens if you type /help test. So we're gonna just say tests stuff. Syntax, this is also for help, so just type /test args or something, it doesn't matter. And then aliases, we're gonna have to make a new list of string, or else it'll say, even if you have no aliases, you have to make a new string list, or else it just won't work. Same with permissions, but you probably want to actually give it a permission. Admins want to configure it, so we're just gonna call it tutorial.test. Alright, this is the execute. This is what gets run when the command is called. It gives you the player who called the command and all the arguments in an array. So let's just make it echo the arguments. So we're gonna say actually no, we're gonna say chat manager dot say, then we're gonna pass it a caller, so our player. We're gonna pass it text, and we can pass it a color. Dot, let's just say blue. Why not? Okay. What is wrong? Oh, sorry. Okay, so it needs a Steam ID. So we're gonna give it an ID. Caller.id. That is a string. Why is that a string? Okay. You're gonna want to convert this iRocketPlayer caller to an UnturnedPlayer object because it just gives you more options. I think the only reason they use caller is in case it's a console, but since we have allowed caller.player, it's never gonna be a console. So we're gonna just name this player equals, we're gonna cast UnturnedPlayer from caller. Now we can say player, that is not player dot see Steam ID. That'll say just to that player whatever we tell it to. So we're gonna have it echo all the arguments. So we're gonna say for each string arg in command. Alright, let's make a base string. And we're gonna say s plus equals arg. Actually, let's make it say like args or something. Okay, there we go. So for each arg in command, we do that, and we can just send s. Okay, you know, I'll add an alias to show you how it works. So you just add a string, and it'll also recognize that as the command. Oh, actually, plus space. Let's do that. Okay. That way they'll be separated by spaces. So we can just build and start. Okay, so once your Unturned is started up and your Unturned server is started up, we can just log into it like we saw last time. Just go to connect, type in localhost, your port, your password, and hit connect. And we should be able to see that our plugin loaded in fine, said I'm loaded, and it registered our 2 commands. Well, 1 command, 2 aliases. So now we can, oh yeah, another thing in Rocket, you can TP or wherever you want, so you can TP to a farm or whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so now we can test our command. So let's type /t, args at nothing because we didn't put any args. If we put, this is a test command, it'll tell us this is a test command. That's how you make basic commands. I'll show you one more thing. what you can do with this UnturnedPlayer object. So if we go to the object browser that we set up last time with the custom component set, if you did, if not, you can also just go to all components. Just takes longer to search. You can just type in UnturnedPlayer. It'll take a second, maybe freeze for a little bit, but it'll find rocket.unturned.player.unturnedPlayer. So this is all the stuff that is available to do from the UnturnedPlayer object, like maybe give item, that's a good one. But the main stuff, you got like stamina, reputation, position, if they're unturned gold, ID, IP, you can log everyone's IP if you want to. So let's try to give someone an object, or an item. So let's take the player, we're going to say player.give item. So we can make a new item. We can give, okay, so we can give item, make a new item. It asks for an ID, and I'm not really sure what bool full does, to be honest. I assume that means like if it's brand new, so we're just gonna put true. So we need an item ID. Let's do, how about a shadow stalker? Let's do a 300 shadow stalker, and then let's just put true because I don't know what it does, but it requires it. And bam, it should give the player shadow stalker when you type the command. Let's try it. So we build, and we hit start. And once you're in, you just type /t, and you get your shadow stalker. Instantiates it with the default ammo, default scope, all that stuff, you know, the basics. Okay, and those are a few things you can do with basic commands. Just how to print, how to give yourself items, pretty much how the I command works. So I don't think if your inventory is full it'll work. Let's test that. So /I hat 4. I don't know. That'll do. Okay, then what if we do /t? Yeah, that is one thing. It will not give it to you if your inventory is full. So, but this function returns a boolean. So if you say if that, or if not that, then we can say item manager dot drop item. We give it the same item, and we say the point, vector3 point, will be player dot why is there no, oh, position, sorry, dot position, bool play effect, I guess false, I don't know, no, probably true actually, because that's the sound, is dropped, true, widespread, let's say false, okay. Widespread just means it spreads out the items. So that way, if the inventory is full, it will drop it on the ground instead. Okay, I think that's enough for part 1. Next time I think we'll cover events, like on player join, on player take damage, all that kind of stuff. And that's a pretty big topic, so that's probably it. Try to make a few of these here soon. Okay, thanks for watching.